welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Thole and today I'm going to talk you through 3 ways to avoid family conflict this Christmas. You heard it right. Buckle up, here we go. Alright, so the first way to avoid family conflict is a defensive move. And this is to create some pre-rehearsed sentences to the really awkward questions that you may possibly get asked by friends and family, such as, why are you in a dead-end job? Why haven't you got kids yet? Why aren't you married? What is wrong with you? Why haven't you moved on yet? These intrusive questions, for some reason, feel like anyone can ask you at any time during Christmas, and that increases that stress level. But by having pre-rehearsed sentences, you will never feel that dreaded feeling that someone may possibly ask you a really awkward question that, to be honest, really hits home to you and makes you feel less than. It may be different from you to me. Everyone has their own little button that somebody can press, and the reason why our family always press those buttons is because they helped create them. It's so frustrating. So if somebody asks me, which is that they always tend to do, why haven't you got kids yet? A great response for that is, oh well, when I'm pregnant, I promise you'll be one of the first people that I tell. That's it. Done, dusted. Yeah. And then if I didn't want to carry on talking about it, I would change the subject, or I would ask them a question straight away. I want you to create a sentence that's more affirming, that's more positive, that makes you feel empowered. So when you leave, you don't feel like you're just making something up to say to somebody to shut them up. Like, let's not talk about this situation. You say the sentence and make you feel like you're in control of the situation and not dreading this question ever coming up, because it always will come up, right? So that is a defensive move. I always quite like defensive moves. I also quite like pre-rehearsed stuff, because it gives you something to do beforehand rather than being in your mind about, oh my god, well, someone's gonna bring that up. I know they're gonna bring it up. They're gonna bring up about my divorce, or the fact that you cheated on me, or I'm overweight. They're gonna bring it up, or they're thinking about it. Oh my goodness. Arm yourself with positivity and get in there and have the best Christmas of your life. Number 2 is to keep grounded and to stay positive. Now, I don't mean positive as like, yay everyone! Because if your family are the type of family that do create conflict out of absolutely nothing, then it can be quite difficult to get out of that pattern. But I don't want you to be complicit in that pattern. So there's a few things you can do that can stop that pattern from happening, or from you getting into that pattern. First off, don't talk about arguments you've had before or things that could potentially bring up a conflict. So it could be, oh well, you know, mum did the dinner last year, dad did it the year before. No, I didn't. I did it the year before that. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about like how you hate your boss. Don't bring any negativity into that space. Don't go deep. Stay present. Be focused in keeping a positive energy in that room. And like I say, it doesn't include rah, hey, hi, positivity. It includes you changing the subject when you feel there's a little bit of animosity or heated discussion, and just make sure you're not complicit. Be responsible for your own part in whatever conflict that may arise during Christmas, and know that you can do something about it. And the third and final way to avoid family conflict this Christmas is to find ways to excuse yourself. So whether that means doing some of the cooking, or washing the dishes, or going out for a walk after dinner. And if you have a pet, this is a great one, because you can always say, oh, the pet, you know, the dog needs to have a walk. Find ways to get out of the situation, calm down, you know, create a little bit of peace and then move yourself back in. It's these little pockets of silence, these little pockets of peacefulness and solidarity that really allow you to connect to who you are rather than who you were being whilst you were in that room with everybody. And also it gives you a bit of breathing space, a thinking time, and also to neutralize your feelings and your way of being. Because I think you don't ever want to leave a situation and really regret what you've said. So having that time to think and giving yourself the space allows you to avoid a lot of conflict and a lot of saying things that you really don't mean. So there we have it. 3 ways to avoid family conflict this Christmas. If you like this video, share it with your friends and give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one. Have an amazing Christmas.